Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said okay. We all should play. Hot potato. Whoever got the hottest vibe wants the name. Challenge accepted. It's me. I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side. Ooh, he blessed me. All the lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you hate to cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing that plank plus strikes don't cut her. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hello, welcome to the channel. We are going to go over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you guys. I'm Mrs. Best. We have James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Check out this channel. The link is in the description. Subscribe to both of us. I can recaps here and there. But we're here to go over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This episode was titled Arrested Development. If you have cable, it says season 11, episode 22. We've got both titles in the description. We are going to jump right into it. This episode was a lot, but it was nice to not be bored.
Right. I think that they did a good job recovering from the boring episodes and the ones that didn't make any sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely, though. No, for real, because it was a recovery. That's the best way to explain it. Anywho, let's get into it. So Chaotic and Mozzie, who's Amy Luciani's ex-fiance, a.k.a. back new boo, Chaotic and Mozzie meet up. They make peace. And as soon as they make peace, Chaotic gets to be a messy. I really don't think he's the type of dude that's just having beef with dudes. I think he's happy to be out the streets and happy to not be getting shot at and living his best life. So good for him for that. If you watch Love and Hip Hop Miami and saw Chaotic on there, you know that this is someone who has grown. And you know they grown when they moved the hell away from the place where they was getting in trouble. That's always a good sign. So
Bobby Lights, take notes.
Take notes immediately. So Chaotic did mentions because now he's like, well, I like this guy. So Chaotic does what he does and his chaos starts to happen. Good evening to you, my melanin brother. Welcome. Happy Black History Month too to anybody who is melanin. Put your brown fist up. Happy Black History.
Yeah, y'all better celebrate us while we still here.
Right. Dealing and tolerating the bullshit of thy world. Anywho, so Chaotic mentions how his woman, who's Erica Banks, and Mozzie's woman, who is Amy Luciani, they don't like each other. But even though they don't like each other, I don't feel like it's a huge beef. They both seem like they're more concerned about their professional reputations. I think the newer batch of people coming into Love and Hip Hop who actually want to make it with music are going to be careful with their behavior because, let's just say what it is, past people. You don't want to end up with Cardi B with a Grammy and nobody that really fully respects your behavior. But anyhow, they discussed it. Chaotic mentions that Carly Red is adding fuel to the fire when it comes to the beef between the two with the song. All Carly can do is bring it up and invite her to the song. Amy says she wants to do it because she felt like being messy. Erica just wanted to let go of it because of a label exec, had nothing to do with Carly. Carly just can't accept it. So I don't know. What'd you think of the men meeting up though?
I thought it was an okay scene. You know, it didn't really give me much of anything, you know. It was nice to actually see that, he Chaotic wasn't being messy and, you know, trying to throw the friend card out there in subliminal, you know, mishaps. I feel like he really could have done that because I think there would be some truth into it because I feel like Amy was feeling him last season and
she was.
It was very obvious, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was a cool scene for what it was. I didn't really think anything major of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they made peace. They both suck at basketball. That's all I got from it. So moving on, we did see Sierra, Zell Swag, and Saucy Santana. They all go to Carly Red's house. I'm like, is this the house near Spice or is this a different house? I want to know. Anywho, we find out, and the reason that they are meeting is because they want to discuss the arrest with Zell Swag. This hit the blogs, and I believe James covered it in I
want to say I want to say I did. I want to say I covered this as well. Yeah, this was the Erica Bambi, and this was that.
Yeah,
arrest.
he covered this. Go ahead and check out the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. The link is in the description. I believe I have a separate playlist that is just labeled miscellaneous. There you will find the Bravo updates, pop culture update videos that James has done. We had discussed this in one of them, but they were all arrested in a club. Something about security and getting into it. Basically, from what we're getting from this is Zell was bothered, and this is why they're all having a conversation about Sierra commenting her Ghetto Girl Eats, it's a cookbook or whatever the hell she does, under the mug shots and the post about him and Bambi being arrested. Sierra does apologize for this, but then in the same sentence, she blames her team. How can you take accountability or don't, whether you blame your team or whether it's you, either way, you're trying to take accountability. So just do that. I don't like when people do that. I'm sorry, but you know my team. If you're sorry, say sorry. Don't make an excuse for your sorry. That's a fucking pet peeve of mine. Just say sorry.
Just say sorry. I apologize. My intention was not to hurt you, but was to do such and such.
Yes, that's it. Look how fast that was. Look at James. James needs to, y'all hire James to help you learn how to, maybe you need to go into PR.
I thought about it. I just don't feel like I'm in the right city for this kind of PR. I think my PR status is like California PR status. Like, yeah.
Well, you are a California baby.
I'm a California, yeah. So I don't think I would be successful here with that. But I did think about that.
Different things, you can have success in different areas. That's part of the reason I want to move out the Bay. My husband does music, and it's easier to grow even in your neighborhood if you leave the Bay Area. Makes no sense, but you know. Anywho, they discuss the arrest. She apologizes, blames her team. Then we get to hear Zell's side of the story about the whole altercation that ended up in him getting arrested. All I got from it, because I am not going over all this bullshit, y'all, because we did it in the video before. All I caught is somebody bit him. Was it Bambi who bit him? Like something happened. Listen, because he said that, I believe it was Erica Mena who was getting too drunk, because he said the name that we will not speak of. She was there, I believe. And it was, I'm pretty sure it's her, because I can't see Bambi getting too drunk and then biting someone. Erica bit him. It alerted security because he hollered. He bit her pretty fucking hard. He said she was drinking too much and doing the most. Saucy Santana's sitting there like, this is exactly why I left Love and Hip Hop. And now I'm sitting next to these motherfuckers and look what the hell they doing. Mind you, I cannot blame Saucy for running up out of there. That's part of why this went viral. Honestly, if Saucy Santana was not there, I don't think this would have went viral. No shade to Erica and Bambi. They're not famous enough for this to be talked about outside of like Hollywood Unlocked or, you know, less legit.
Absolutely. And I agree with you 100%. Like, I don't think that this would have got any airplay had he not ran out that building.
The way he ran out there.
The way he ran out there, yes.
He's got, and I'm just like, he built like a linebacker and just in heels. So he just shaking left to right. But what people don't understand, and I'm not faulting Saucy Santana, we met him on Love and Hip Hop Miami. He had been shot talking shit, running his mouth. I think he learned from that situation. 1, 2, he's another person similar to Chaotic who left, you know, the type of reality TV or the things that were negative. And he had also just recently been signed by Atlantic, I believe it was, which is a big label. And when you're signed to a label, you're no longer independent. What you do represents not just yourself, but your label and their team. They don't want to see you fighting in an Atlanta club with a bunch of Love and Hip Hop stars. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to say it like that, because I do love the show. That's why I'm here recapping it. But there are letter grades for celebrities. And I would put Love and Hip Hop stars maybe at a C, depending on the person. So Saucy had good reason to run out of there. But I don't think they would have been and went viral if it wasn't for that run. That shit was funny as hell. But long story short, Zell refers to Erica Bennett as the name that shall not be spoken, which makes me believe she's the one who bit him. And he says now he has to deal with the big legal battle. I think Santana gave the best advice for anyone, not just people in situations like this. Sometimes you have to realize that the people you love are the people you know and rock with. they are the way that they are. But to elevate and grow, when they start wilding and doing the most, it's okay to walk away and let them do them. You don't got to betray or turn your back on your people, but you also don't have to involve them in spaces where your reputation can be impacted. So I was like, look at Saucy Santana. Look at that.
I wonder what that contract looks like. How many zeros was behind it? Because yeah, he is definitely maturing in a way where money will mature you. It really will.
It will. It will. Because you
So
don't have something to lose.
absolutely. So yeah, I just would like to see it. I know they ain't gonna show it, but I would love to see it.
Listen, I want to see it too, but I'm always here for growth. And especially on Love and Hip Hop, especially in the era of Zeus, I'm glad somebody said something with sense. So to get away from good sense, the next thing we see is Jock with his latest baby's mama. This is the baby mama that became a baby mama when none of us knew that him and Kendra were broken up. We thought they were all still together, including the baby mama. She still chose to sleep with him. So I will be referring to Miss Gloria as the baby mama because she behaves, got her baby like one, and I can't stand a ratchet hoe that's using a nigga for a check. And that's what I feel like it is because he does have several jobs.
I feel like she's so beautiful that this is really what you want. Okay. She reminds me of Kirk's baby mama. The one he had. She looks exactly like her.
Older. Yeah.
Just older.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It's very similar. And that tells you fucking something. At least Jock dealt with somebody who was around his age.
I feel like I think Jock slept with that lady too, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go back to them seasons. I think he admitted that sleeping to
no.
I think he admitted to that too. I really believe that. So yeah, I believe he said that on one of them shows that he slept with that lady too.
Let me tell you this. I had one friend who slept with an ex of mine, but the ex was somebody I didn't sleep with, and she had a baby with that man. And
well, this wasn't no ex. Him and Kurt was probably just tossing that girl around like a carton of cookies.
Exactly, but I'm just saying that's just weird. At the end of the day, thank you, Naya. Hi, Naya. Welcome in. I forgot to welcome you. My apologies. She says, I can't with Jock. Please stop fucking all these kids. It's crazy. I like how she just.
I just feel like, why not wear a condom? Like, what is the problem? You ain't scared of you.
Good, like
you ain't scared of catching something. Like, damn.
Thank you, because no shade, a woman that's just gonna bust it wide, one night stand with young Jock, who is really well known in many communities. You tripping? You had an agenda. I'm not sleeping with no nigga raw dog who's got kids.
And not just he got a whole football team. There's no way in hell, like, ma'am, like clearly the elevator don't go all the way to the top of the penthouse. Because why the hell would you even? Yeah,
it gets worse because the baby mama meets up with Jock. They're pushing the little girl on the swing, and she says she wants him to help her more. I don't feel sorry for this woman. Let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's a baby mama. It has nothing to do with the fact even that she went for a man who at the time she thought was with someone else. So it's not that you a baby mama, that's a home record. My issue with this woman, and we've talked about this when just discussing people having kids, you went and slept with this man. You know more about his personal life, his schedule, and the level of busyness that he has than he knows about you because he is considered a public figure. Her ass knew that he was busy. You know that he does the radio show with Dish Nation in the morning. You know that he does the, I believe an Atlanta radio station he is a host for as well for the morning show. Then in addition to that, he's a brand ambassador for Uber. There's a lot that he is doing and stuff that I'm probably forgetting in addition to his music. So you knew that this man was busy. To get pregnant by a man who you know is busy and then complain about him not being around as much because he's busy. Just I don't care to see.
I feel like, ma'am, just go and join the support group he has with all the rest of the baby mamas. Go and join Grandma Jaw. Shout out to Bondi Blue, and go and with Alex and all of them. Go ahead and join the little sister circle over there, and you'll be just fine. They give you support. The baby could play with her brothers and sisters, and it could do all of that. I don't understand what the problem is. Just go ahead and go over there with Grandma Jaws and Alex, and join the sister circle of Jock's baby mamas. Go ahead, enjoy the herd. It's fine.
Mamas, except for his first wife, the baby mamas. I never understand why people who are similar situations as his baby mamas get in situations like that and then get offended or bothered at the fact that the wife is treated with more respect. You're just the baby mama. Now you're important because you're the mother to the child, but that's the only reason you're important. He could care about his child, and through that child and the strength of that love, he can care about the baby mama as well. But the wife, that's who he chose without the child, without the being forced in some way to be attached or legally held responsible if someone goes to court. That's who you choose. So yes, it's important and good to be a mother to a child, but Kendra's still going to outweigh these girls no matter how much of a dingbat Kendra is. When it comes to this man, she's still going to outweigh them because that's the one he chose without the baby, without the commitment, without the responsibility. He just ultimately chose her. So I feel like that should be respected. But I'm going to move on because I don't even know why she's on our street. We could have just seen you with the kid. I didn't need to see her and complaining about the wife too. I understand the baby mama wants to meet Kendra, but you kind of thought that it's just a mess. So I'm gonna move on. There's only so much I could say. But I'm cracking up at Nia Green. Put the hot dog in the bun, sir. Right.
Please. I'm just saying, if you don't want any of these situations to happen where you're meeting up with the mother of your child and everything, and this is going on, then you need to be wearing some condoms, sir. Like,
because
you
these women want to be pregnant. Because Kendra been sleeping with him for how long and is not pregnant? So,
I'm just saying, unless she got some shit to go in the tube side or something.
That's what I'm saying. These women want to be pregnant because the ones who don't, they're going to tie their tubes, use a sponge, take a
To me, that's not somebody worth getting pregnant over. Like, that's not somebody like I would even think about, excuse my background noise, y'all. Sorry about that. But no, that's not even somebody I would even think, because it's like, what can you get? First of all, this man got 8 other children. And then he got, out of them 8 children, he got 4 baby mamas and also a wife. Why the hell do you think there's going to be some availability on your schedule, ma'am? Is the question. That man ain't even got enough to go around. It's kind of like Nick Cannon.
I think she mad he went back to Kendra but don't want to show it. Personally,
I feel like this was like a one oopsie daisy.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't oopsie, but I feel like for her, she probably thought, well, maybe he'll come over here.
Well, then, Jock, I need you to explain how many times did you and this young lady meet?
I don't think they just slept together once, because he said that it was hard to co-parent in the beginning, and Kendra's not tripping because you were broken up at the time. She just doesn't like that the lady did not.
I need her to define broken up, because this baby looks young. So
no, they were on. This was right before their wedding. Right before their wedding, she says, during COVID, when everything went off camera and all of that.
They were broken up during COVID?
She said that they went on a break. They broke up. And then she says they ended up getting back together. She says they did not tell the public. They talked about it at couples therapy too. She says that they did not tell the public because they were just on a break. And then they ended up getting back together. They still got married. They discussed the child. That was part of the reason they were on couples therapy, which you guys can also watch our recaps and reviews.
I don't remember that being revealed. Was it a couples therapy I covered?
Yes.
And they talked about them being on a break with this baby.
Yes, they did.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch myself, because I don't recall this. I recall them talking about it embarrassing her. I remember that part. I don't remember them saying they were on a break.
But we're discussing the baby and how the child was born. When she was explaining it, she did explain that they were on a break. So she says it also in this episode for Love and Hip Hop as well.
No, I know she said an episode, but when I hear it, here's the thing: I was half paying attention to Kendra because I don't like Kendra. I think for as smart as she is, she's stupid, and there's no way I would have continued this relationship with this man with all this baggage and all these ifs and all this shit up in the air. I just can't do that. That's not to me, there was too much questionable actions when it came to Jock when they first got together that I felt like she was ignoring. So
she did ignore a lot. But I do understand certain stuff. We're gonna come back to it because they end the episode with this bullshit. But I don't, in my opinion, just to put this out there before I move on, I don't think they were on a break. I think she's saying that to save face from embarrassment. I think that they were together having a problem. He probably went and cheated, got the bitch knocked up, but that's just my thought, allegedly. I agree, commented, tired of these accomplished women settling for dumb men.
That's because they listening to they desperate, lonely ass aunties that tell them, oh, he a good man, Savannah girl. He a good man. He just going through a rough time. That's all. They listen to the aunties, I promise you.
Yeah, they have to be, because that don't make no sense. I have a friend who has a bunch of single women in her family, and they're always offering advice on what to do with men. And I'm like, well, why would you listen to them when they all alone? The only thing they do well is fried chicken and make gumbo. So, hey, it is.
See, Naya, we hungry too. That's why she said that over here, making me hungry.
I am hungry as hell, and it just hit me out of nowhere. And I'm like, I need to eat. And at this point, I'm gonna have to order something on the DoorDash because I'm hungry. And I don't know. I don't want to cook. I have to cook.
I ate up all my eggplant parmesan.
That sounds so good right now.
I
did not know you like eggplant parmesan.
Yes. When I tell you, I made an itty bitty little one just like this, and I needed with my own ass for that. It was literally just like this, and I ate it all up. Like, I ain't even lying.
I love Italian food. We should eat.
But see, the problem is I don't make eggplant parmesan the traditional way. I did in this instance. There is some sliced chicken that went on top of the eggplant with the cheese and everything.
As long as it tasted good, it
was great. But you're not supposed to put. It's supposed to be a vegetable. You're not supposed to put no meat on it. I just do.
I know, but you need your protein, friend. You need your protein. It's just what it is. Anywho, you guys, for those who are here, go ahead and like the video if you haven't already. If you're watching the live replay, hey, do me a favor and like that video. Also, please subscribe to James's channel. We recap shows that I don't cover on my channel. We cover on his channel. Watch Your Mouth Reviews. You can find a playlist as well that I have with his videos. Easy way to find the channel, and it's in the description. So, yeah. Anywho, you guys, we did see Carly Red go to see Bambi. Carly is just as close with Bambi because no one else is fucking with her. Now, if y'all remember, Carly was close as hell to Sierra. They had a falling out. She was close as hell to Spice. Then they had a falling out. At one point, she was even cool with Yandy, and now they're just like that.
I just forgot Yandy was on this show.
Look at that.
Ain't that something?
Because they tried us with this bullshit ass storyline, and now we know for a fact that that's what they're going to do is talk about her cousin, her sister. Fucking listen, yeah, I'm sick of Yandy. She needs to go. Give her own show if y'all have to pay her something, as James says, but we don't need her on this one. But Carly Red goes to see Bambi, and Bambi says that she was arrested for trying to defuse the situation, which, based on Zell's story and Bambi's story, maybe that's true. Personally,
there's some context missing somewhere. Based on the video that I saw and I covered, there's some context missing. This seemed like y'all got into it with somebody, and
I think they got into it with Erica. Oh, because this was after her comments on race had come out and things of that nature. And Bambi was catching flack online for being around her, and I feel like maybe that's why Erica had her fingers in people's face and was trying to, either way, this is why she's not on television anymore. But Bambi says that security and the police were on top of Zell, and that Zell was telling people to chill out and trying to defuse it. Bambi claims that she reacted on her point based on instinct and that the police were on top of Zell. And she says that triggered her because the police were on top of a black man. How dare you try to use the actual police brutality, the struggle that African-American women and men. Hi, Patty Burns. Hello to you too.
Hi, Patty. Love you.
I just don't like that she did this. I'm not saying, now Bambi's African-American, yes, but this woman used a racial slur, Erica Mena, and you chose her side over Spice's side, which is why Spice don't mess with you. Sierra was still supporting all of you guys, but did what Bambi should have done and said, yeah, but she was wrong for that. She shouldn't have made that comment. Bambi, you stuck beside somebody who made a racist comment and was extremely controversial. So yes, people are going to say stuff to y'all when out in public and stuff. I can't help but think that that's probably what had something to do with this altercation. But moving on from that, then Bambi says she's upset that Sierra was promoting her promoting her Ghetto Girl Eats under her mugshot and the videos of everything. In my opinion, it seems like Bambi has been coached by an attorney on what to say, how to respond. We already know she has an attorney, which is the right thing to do if you're in a legal situation. I don't think Bambi started no shit. Let's just call it what it is. Outside of Basketball Wives, Bambi ain't flinched or done nothing crazy at nobody in years. This is an older woman, y'all. We have to remember that. Carly then tells Bambi about her meeting with Mama D, and Carly painted Erica as the problem, as if Mama D was only going off because Erica said something. The whole scene between Carly Red and Bambi to me felt fake.
Absolutely. I second that.
Just a bunch of coached words. So unless James has something to say, I don't have much to say. What I will say is
honestly, I fast forward this scene, so I don't know what happened here, and I didn't really care because I feel like it was full of shit. It feels like Bambi has no one to film with, and the fact that Carly is going to take every chance she can to be on TV, that's exactly what happened. So I don't believe this scene. That's why I fast forwarded it.
Yeah, it's what James said, and I think the other half of it is everything that came out her mouth was told to come out of her mouth by an attorney, which good for the attorney, but yeah, don't care. Moving it along. We see Amy Luciani and Mozzie setting up a date outside. I love dates like that. I really do. Me and Mr. Bess are weird. We will do small dates like that. But she mentions wanting her engagement ring back. You called off the engagement. Now you want the ring back. But y'all just get back together. He want to make sure it's cool. Your mama don't like each other. All this other stuff. So I get why he's taking his time. Chaotic and Erica Banks show up because this is a double date. And everything goes well. They played a little game of dodgeball, and then Amy and Erica Banks talk to each other about their little issue with each other. They do mention the song. Erica's like, of course I know. I'm part of the label, so of course I know that that's who's on the song now. And when she talks to Amy about this, Amy wants to keep it professional, so does not tell her that she got on the song with an intent to be messy. I don't like that. Why are you trying to keep it professional with somebody you're out with in a situation that's not professional? If you said you did that shit to be messy, then stand on it because you know she's going to watch it back and see it. I never understand why they do this on reality TV.
I feel like their coach should do it so they can have something to talk about at the reunion. Because if it is Kumbaya and it is, she was saying she's being messy and she goes, okay, cool. Then when it comes on TV and she sees it, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, she told me that already, so I can't be mad at that. But oh no, but if it was like how it played out on this episode, she gonna be at the reunion, man. I guarantee you this is gonna come up, and I guarantee you she's going to blow a fuse. I already know how this is gonna turn out. That's
they
why
have a reunion because we haven't gotten a reunion since they've been on MTV, probably because of Erica, but.
I think, I feel like that was because of that isolated stage. Love and Hip Hop definitely needs a reunion. We need answers to a lot of this shit that we see.
Do.
So no, I definitely think that they need a reunion.
Yeah, especially with how they edit. So they have their conversation. It goes well. When Amy Luciani mentions Carly Red was signed to the label, and that's how she's doing the music. Erica exposes that Carly's man was fired. He is no longer the label's president or CEO or whatever his title was. And I want to know why this man was fired. But Erica does say that she's open to talk to Carly, but not interested in doing business with Carly. And I think that's a good choice. Everyone on this show who has tried to do business with Carly since season 1 of Love and HipHop Atlanta has been unsuccessful. The only person who has had success in doing business with Carly Red has been Spice with the song. And that was her lending her success, because regardless of how we feel about Spice, she was well known to Carly. So I'm just glad the ladies spoke and don't have an issue. I still think that Amy feels a way, though, about Chaotic and Erica.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. She definitely does. Her energy and her angst definitely gave that. And that's what, but this is why I said I feel like if she was just honest, maybe they could have had a shot, because it wasn't like he was opposed to it. So I don't know what she was expecting. Maybe she wanted him to come differently than how he shows up. I don't know. But she's just weird, and yeah, she definitely gives that energy of like she is intimidated by that relationship.
I agree. I agree. I feel like the way you said it was just perfectly. Sometimes he says stuff the way like my brain wants it to come out, and then my mouth does something different. Because I do be shy on these lives, y'all. I'm actually a very shy person, but you said it perfectly. Thank you. Thank you. It was like literally how it was in my brain, which creeps me out.
No
But
problem. I definitely did. Yes.
Lord Jesus, we are more than halfway through. If you haven't already, please like the video. If you're watching the live replay, hello again. Thank you if you're still here. And please like the video and subscribe. I'm at 501 subscribers, so I'm eternally grateful. All I have
Yay.
to do
I'm
is
so
get
proud
my
of her. Oh my gosh. That is
It's
so
the
freaking
watch
awesome.
time hours, though. That shit is hell. Like, I have good views, but
Y'all,
it takes well.
this stuff is hard as hell to do, I tell you. So yes, but congrats to my friends. I'm so happy for her because she is killing this. She's on here a lot. I need to get on my channel and be on there a lot. So it's coming. I promise it's coming.
That's because I should be at work right now, but look where my black ass is. Anyhow, I'm trying to get into my field of work. So until I'm in my field of work, I'm like, others can wait. Naya said, I knew I liked y'all. I'm shy too, unless I'm shady in the comments. That's probably me. And
yeah, you know, it's funny. It says when I tell people I'm shy, they're like, no, you're not. You can talk to anybody. Like you could just, I'm like, no, it's not that kind of shy. I'm an observant person. When I come around people I don't know, I am extremely quiet. And I look at everybody. I look at it, how you act. I look at your mannerisms. I look at how you move, and then I decide and determine whether or not I'm willing to participate with you again in another encounter. But yeah, that's usually how I am the first round.
How James was too, because I met him through my other good friend, and he would just be around us, just quiet in that damn hoodie.
Well, because here's the thing.
What's wrong with her?
Well, here's the thing with this. When we met, yes, we had a lot of mutual friends. It wasn't just one. It was probably we had maybe 4 or 5 mutual friends, and it was like one of those situations where I knew who she was, but I didn't know her. And the funniest thing is, I actually met her on her birthday, and it ended up being a horrible day. It was a horrible birthday for her. And I will never forget, I felt so bad for her that I hugged her. I said, oh my God, don't let this ruin your day. Have a great, happy birthday. And then we ended up being friends after that.
Yeah, we did. That's actually dope. That's true. But me and James are a little quieter in person. I had a customer who came to my job actually 2 weeks ago who watches my music reviews and is local. He's like, Mrs. Bass, what's good? I'm like, oh shit, I'm at work. Like, it's Amina. Mrs.
I'm so
Herbert
glad I work
here.
in a place can't nobody come into.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I'm so glad because ain't nobody the hell I can be like, watch your mouth review. I'm like, oh shit.
He was like, you don't know me from the live? And he said the name. I'm like, did I like your music? Okay, then I know you. I'm like, oh shit. And, this is why I got my degree, y'all. I will be out of retail shortly. I might not go back. But I'm figuring it out. Anywho, we did see. Let me see. Lord help me, because I got lost in it. So Bambi and Sierra, they meet up to talk and all of those things. Again, this time when they meet up to talk, Bambi wants to know why Sierra went on the internet and said that they weren't friends anymore. She's like, the commenting the ghetto girl eats. I don't think Bambi was tripping on that, it seemed like, because Sierra does do that. She's kind of like, what is that other girl who was her name starts with a P, Prima Donna, who was on this show. And she's always advertising her cookware and all of that stuff and all sorts of comments. So I think that's what Sierra's doing. I think Bambi understands that. But she wants to know why Sierra went on the internet saying they wasn't friends no more, and that's the thing that bothered her. And Sierra's response is she says because no one stuck beside her or defended her when people was online coming for her, saying that Safari did not really want her and that it was made up. Then Sierra is tired of the bullshit. So she says, okay, how are we going to get back cool? How are we going to move forward from this? And Bambi says that she's been a good friend and doesn't need to make any changes. And Sierra says, all right, well, if that's how Bambi feels and I'm not interested, we can stay cordial. But if this is how you move, that does not work for me. So instead of calling her out her name, going off, getting into a fight. She's just like, all right, then that's what it is. I liked how Sierra handled that. It was a very Gemini way to handle it.
I really felt like that restaurant was gonna flip over. I did. I really thought it was gonna tip over. I really felt like it was going to be World War III. I thought she was going to go off. You know, she famous for hitting ladies with her purse. I thought for sure that's what was about to happen. I am so proud of Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
She was well articulate. She was, because I think she can decipher between bullshitting for the show and actual serious, you know, situation. This is no longer funny. This is no longer entertainment. We really have somebody on this show completely show a microaggressive racist remark towards another young lady, and you, instead of correcting her and putting her in her place, you chose to hear her out and choose sides. So I was so proud of her for saying, you know what, that's how you feel, well, we can keep it moving. And I was so proud of. Good job, Sierra. I don't give you much because I don't really care for Sierra that much, but I'm gonna give her this.
I'm gonna say this: Sierra's birthday is like a day or two from mine, and she is very Gemini because we do tend to make things about ourselves because that's how we relate to others, and people view it as some Geminis be tripping though. But that was hard. But what I will say is this show: when a Gemini is really fucking done with someone, whether it's a relationship or not, we're so done that we're not going to argue. The pettiness disappeared. You truly get zero energy, and I'm that way. And I was like, oh man. Yes, it's good. So good for her on evolving into the I ain't got time for you, Gemini, versus the you about to get Elsa, Alexandra, and Bonnie. Because you know, I name my personalities and all that thing. You about to get these hoes. But good for you, Sierra. I commend you for that. Bambi, she never seems to find that she's wrong in anything. She has made herself a victim in every situation we've seen her in this season, last season, even with Scrappy before the marriage went to shit, and he's trying to tell her he's going through something. Everything is more so about her. So moving on from that, last scene of the show was Jock and his family. Looked like he rented out the bowling alley. They went bowling. I love bowling. So fun. Him and Kendra talk at this event with the family. He has all his kids there. He's grateful because, and this is a damn shame when you got to say to your oldest son, the one he attacked, by the way, on television. He got to say to his oldest son, you know, I'm just surprised and grateful y'all showed up. It's hard when I got young adult kids, and then I got the little ones. I said, not you separating your kids in the segments as if we're going through Piaget's stages of development. For those who are into psychology, Gene Piaget. Just like, why are you separating your tribe like that? But he meets and talks with Kendra at this event, and she's being kind to the baby, kind to the kids. She seems to have a good relationship and want to be respectful. Kendra was raised right. She's just dumb when it comes to men, but I think she knows how to behave as a stepmom and all of that stuff. He lets Kendra know that the baby mama wants to meet her, and she gets annoyed. Obviously, this is something she says she doesn't want to do, and now it's being brought up. Kendra says she does not need to meet Gloria because the world thought that she and Jock, as I said before, were still together. So the fact that Gloria slept with her, she operated as a side chick. Here's the thing. I get both sides. I'm cracking up at Naya's comment, though. It's his filing system.
It's his filing system. Yeah, it's literally, he has the categories from A through Z right there with, you know, everything. It's ridiculous.
I get both sides, though, because as the woman, you made a baby with someone that you thought was in a relationship. But then from the girlfriend side, or the baby mama, whatever the fuck she is, I get her side because when it comes to children, I'm not saying we have to be around each other all the time, but if my child's going to be around someone, I need to meet them. I don't need my child around people that I don't know. You know, that's how I feel personally. I know if your kid's in elementary school, they may go to recess and deal with a teacher that you haven't met or something. That's different. But in this type of environment, I want to know who my child is around, but y'all don't need to like have a big talk because yeah, but I get both sides. What do you think?
I don't get Kendra's side at all. I'm sorry. I have to disagree respectfully. The reason why I don't get Kendra's side is because you chose to marry him.
Yep.
Despite being served at your own wedding with court paperwork.
You also know that you weren't together.
Yes, and that was the next thing I was about to say. Apparently, I just was reminded that y'all were not together, but he now has a beautiful baby girl with this young lady. The least you could do, if you're going to be fair to the child, is to be fair with the mother and to give her 5 minutes of your time to introduce yourself as his wife and stand beside him so that way he can have an amicable co-parenting situation where it's not, under your nose or outside of your good gracious, because she could do this and say, hey, I'm no longer dead, that situation is done, I just want him to better parent his daughter and have a relationship. And I feel that meeting Kendra will be a way for her to be included in that remark, since you've now taken on the role as the stepmother to now another baby. So no, I didn't get Kendra's side at all. And the fact that she got annoyed with this and irritated, it was like, it makes me believe the comment you said that they really weren't broken up. He just went out there and just got mad and got even and got another girl pregnant on top of that. And that's just what happened.
Yeah, Kendra, that's the thing. I get both sides because I get how it feels to see somebody do that. It probably feels like a baby was made on her, but essentially it wasn't. But I think in situations like this, like I said, the kid comes first and matters over all you idiot adults. And I'm not going to have my young child around any fucking body who I don't know. I'm not a mother, but I wouldn't have my child around nobody I don't know.
I feel like it does not cost Kendra to have a 5-minute conversation.
Now, if the lady's still asking her, like, she should give into the conversation. Because then if the baby mama, if Gloria's still trying to, well, she can't come over because I need to talk to Kendra or I need to be invited to this family barbecue. I feel like Gloria's going to try for that shit, but it's her child. So start going about it the way that she would like. Let's talk to her. And then if she tries to come around after that, understand, we're talking to you out of respect for the child. But when we had a child, we don't want you around. I feel like
and I felt like maybe because I don't know Gloria, we don't know Gloria, so I think that maybe that could have turned into that, but we don't know, and we won't know until we have the conversation. And I feel like because it didn't seem like it was off no disrespectful. I think she was trying to respect him or respect her as his wife and say, look, I just want to know you. I just want to get to know you. I want to know who my child will be influenced by as she sees her daddy with his wife and not be confused by where is this lady, because that can confuse the child as well. And I think that's another reason why like parents like who have outside children need to have these conversations, because that confuses children, where the normal is, well, I could have this one over here and that one over here because my daddy did it. So I feel like, we need to start having these conversations because children watch everything. They see everything. They're influenced by everything. So, I just felt like Kendra was being really insensitive. It's nothing to give that lady 5 minutes of your time. It is nothing about that. And then have some level of understanding with her. And after that, if she is going off the wall and cannot be civil, then that's when you cut the ties and say, look, I can't be around this lady. That's when you do.
These men have all these kids. Let's say Nick Cannon is a good example or whatever. Just because a man has all those kids, whether he's trying to date a man or woman, whatever the hell, you have the choice to deal with that. And when you accept the man knowing he has all those kids, unfortunately, you have to accept having to deal with those mothers. Because it sounds like the issue is that Kendra will be watching the baby a lot when Jock is busy, and he don't want to put that on her, because she shouldn't have to stop what she's doing for his kids' responsibilities. But
exactly,
at the same time, if you're going to be with him, Kendra, you have to just talk to this lady, talk to her, and then she can't say you never tried to. And if she acts up after that, then it's on her. Leave it there.
Exactly. Because this makes it seem like you feel a way about this lady.
Yeah. You're making yourself look insecure.
Yes, it does. And then it puts you back into the part in my eyes that you should not be in. because I tried to, and as I said, y'all, I don't. When I tell y'all I do not like this couple, I don't, because I feel like, one, this was such a waste of time for her to get married under all these pretenses and questions in the air and everything like that. This was a waste of time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to give it grace. Right now, it's still problematic from what I'm seeing, but I don't know what's wrong with this. Like, I just don't know what's wrong with Kendra. Like, I don't. Like,
she's got to heal. There's a lot that's happened in her relationships that we probably don't know about. She behaves like somebody who has been cheated on when she thought.
And she came out of a 2-parent household. Are we right about that?
Did. She is. She's the
I
daughter.
need to know the dynamic of the family now. Now that I remember, I need to see the dynamic with her and her father and her mother. I need to see the dynamics now, because something is not making.
Remember at the bachelor
sense.
party, she grew up in the church, and the mom had an issue even with young Jock's, music, and all he said is going down, and did that. So
do you think this is like an act of rebellion against the parents?
I don't think it's intentional rebellion. I think when you shelter your children, and sheltering doesn't mean that you're just rich and grow up spoiled and with everything. I think when you shelter your children or teach them that the only way is through religion, that they are forced to feel like they're rebelling regardless, and that they also seek out people like Jock more than regular motherfuckers like myself who look at him and say, hell no, I see 14 and a half red flags and I'm not stopping. I think Kendra has a lot of work to do within herself, especially knowing how religious her family is. Growing up in religion, and this is not specific to any religion, fucks you up. It just does. So, it is what it is, but I hope they work it through. But that was all we got from this episode. It looks like the season will give us some more good episodes based on a little sneak peek of next week.
Yes.
But I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you to all 501 of the subscribers that are here. Please keep sharing the channel. I am on the road to 1,000. I will continue doing my best, continue making improvements, all of those things. Subscribe to James's channel. We will be back tomorrow live on my channel again with James Jackson Renown. I like saying that. I just feel like his name was made to be known. But we will be back.
It absolutely is. It's this is the rough road where it is right now. But yes.
Thank you, Naya.
Thank you, Naya. Yes, she is going to prosper, and I am just so excited for my friend, because when we said we were going to do this, we are doing this to succeed, the both of us. She is on her way, as I knew she would be. So I am so happy for her.
I'm trying. But tune in tomorrow, y'all. We'll be going over Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, yes. And speaking of which, if you did not watch my updates video, I did go over the looks for the reunion for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I'm going to tell you like this, because I knew she wasn't going to cover it on her channel. So I was going to cover it on mine. So, yes. Go watch that video, see what my favorite look was, see what Mrs. Best's favorite look was, and see who our least favorite looks was. It might surprise you all. Thank you, Naya, so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. But we are going to end our video here. I don't know when I'm going to do my 90-day fiance recap, y'all. I'm going to get to it. That show be irritating me. So I'm going to get to it, though. I'm going to get to it. Anywho, you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. We are out. Good night.
Good night.